The Texas frontier of the 1830s was a place of stark contrasts, where the promise of fertile land and opportunity clashed violently with the perils of hostile wilderness and territorial disputes. Among the myriad stories that define this tumultuous era, one incident stands out as a defining example of courage, tragedy, and the indomitable will to survive: the ambush in Austin. This battle, fought near Fort Colorado in March 1837, exemplifies the fraught dynamics of the Texas frontier, marked by moments of heroism and acts of profound desperation. At the heart of this story are the Texas Rangers and their audacious nighttime raid on a suspected Comanche encampment. Their actions, while undeniably brave, were part of a larger, more complex narrative involving the relentless expansion of settlers, the fierce resistance of the Comanche people, and the harsh realities of frontier life. To understand the full significance of this event, one must delve deeply into the history, culture, and motivations of all parties involved. The early 19th century was a period of transformation for North America, particularly in the territories that would become Texas. Previously under Spanish and later Mexican control, the region saw an influx of settlers after Mexico's independence in 1821. Enticed by promises of cheap land and autonomy, Anglo-American pioneers began to arrive in large numbers. However, this influx did not occur in a vacuum. The land they sought to claim was already home to diverse Native American tribes, including the formidable Comanche. For settlers, Texas represented a land of boundless opportunity. Yet, they soon discovered that opportunity came with its own set of challenges. The vast, untamed wilderness was not only difficult to cultivate, but also fraught with dangers, from wild animals to hostile encounters with native tribes. The settlers' very presence was seen as an encroachment by the Comanche, whose way of life depended on the vast expanses of open land that the settlers sought to tame. The Comanche were more than just a formidable adversary. They were a society that had mastered the art of survival in the harsh environment of the southern plains. Originally a relatively obscure group of hunter-gatherers in the Rocky Mountains, the Comanche underwent a dramatic transformation following their acquisition of horses in the late 17th century. With this newfound mobility, they evolved into one of the most powerful and influential tribes in North America. The Comanche's dominance was built on several key factors: their unparalleled horsemanship, their sophisticated trade networks, and their ability to adapt to changing circumstances. As warriors, they were virtually unmatched, utilizing a combination of speed, surprise, and tactical ingenuity to overwhelm their enemies. Their raiding parties could strike deep into enemy territory, taking captives and resources with remarkable efficiency. Yet the Comanche were not merely warriors. They were also traders, negotiators, and diplomats, capable of forming alliances when it suited their interests. Their trade networks spanned vast distances, connecting them to Spanish, Mexican, and even American markets. These networks allowed them to acquire firearms, ammunition, and other goods that enhanced their military and economic power. For settlers, life on the Texas frontier was a constant battle against the elements, isolation, and the threat of attack. Families lived in rudimentary homes, often far removed from any formal community or government support. They relied on their ingenuity, resilience, and the occasional assistance of neighbors to survive. While the promise of land ownership was a powerful motivator, many settlers underestimated the dangers posed by the Comanche and other tribes. Conflicts over land and resources were inevitable, as the settlers' expansion encroached upon territories that were vital to Native American survival. These disputes often escalated into violence, leaving a trail of destruction and loss on both sides. The Texas Rangers were born out of necessity. In 1823, Stephen F. Austin, often called the Father of Texas, created a small militia to protect settlers from raids and other threats. These early Rangers were volunteers who provided their own weapons and horses, serving as both soldiers and law enforcement officers. By the 1830s, the Rangers had evolved into a more organized force, though they remained a far cry from a professional army. They were resourceful and rugged, embodying the frontier spirit in their ability to adapt to the challenges of the wilderness. Their primary role was to patrol the vast and sparsely populated frontier, acting as the first line of defense against attacks. Life as a Texas Ranger was both exhilarating and perilous. Rangers operated in small, mobile units, relying on their knowledge of the terrain and their ability to live off the land. They often faced long periods of isolation, harsh weather, and the constant threat of ambush. Despite these hardships, the Rangers developed a strong sense of camaraderie and pride in their work. Among the most notable Rangers of this era was Noah Smithwick, a young recruit known for his wit and storytelling. Smithwick's first-hand accounts offer a rare glimpse into the lives of these men, capturing both their heroism and their humanity. Fort Colorado, located near present-day Austin, was one of several small outposts that dotted the Texas frontier. These forts served as both defensive strongholds and community centers, providing a measure of security for settlers in an otherwise hostile environment. The fort's construction was rudimentary but effective, with wooden palisades and strategically placed watchtowers. Inside its walls, settlers and soldiers worked together to ensure their collective survival. They shared resources, labor, and information, creating a tight-knit community bound by necessity. Life at Fort Colorado was a blend of routine and unpredictability. Daily activities included repairing fortifications, hunting for food, and training for combat. Yet, these routines were frequently interrupted by reports of raids, sightings of enemy warriors, or other emergencies that required immediate action. For the Rangers stationed at the fort, the constant vigilance took its toll. They found solace in small pleasures, such as music, storytelling, and the camaraderie of their fellow soldiers. Smithwick's fiddle was a particular favorite, providing a brief escape from the harsh realities of frontier life. On a cool March evening in 1837, the Rangers at Fort Colorado noticed an unusual glow on the horizon. A campfire, burning brightly in the distance, stood out against the darkness. In such a dangerous environment, the presence of a fire was an anomaly that demanded investigation. Through spyglasses, the Rangers observed shadowy figures moving around the fire. While it was impossible to discern their exact number or intentions, the presence of horses suggested they were a group of warriors, likely Comanche. The sighting triggered a flurry of activity within the fort as the Rangers debated their next move. Captain Andrews, the officer in charge, faced a difficult decision. Attacking the campfire's occupants could yield significant rewards, including the capture of valuable horses and supplies. However, it also carried immense risks. If the Rangers were outnumbered or outmaneuvered, the mission could end in disaster. After weighing the risks, Andrews decided to proceed with caution. He called for volunteers, emphasizing the dangers of the mission. Every Ranger present stepped forward, a testament to their courage and commitment to protecting their community. Under the cover of darkness, the Rangers set out toward the campfire. Their journey was fraught with challenges, as they navigated rugged terrain and dense brush. Despite these obstacles, they moved with determination, driven by a mix of anticipation and trepidation. As they neared their target, the Rangers split into smaller groups to surround the camp. Wren, Smithwick, and Weeks took the lead, crawling on their bellies to scout the area. What they saw confirmed their suspicions. A group of warriors, apparently unprepared for an attack, lay sprawled around the fire. At dawn, the Rangers launched their assault. The opening volley was devastating, catching the warriors off guard and sowing chaos in their ranks. The initial moments of the battle were marked by confusion and panic as the Comanche scrambled to respond. The Rangers' disciplined firepower proved effective, inflicting significant casualties. However, the Comanche quickly regrouped, retreating to a nearby ravine, where they mounted a fierce counterattack. Arrows and bullets filled the air as the battle raged on, with neither side willing to concede. By the end of the battle, the Rangers had succeeded in driving the Comanche from their camp. They captured several horses and supplies, but their victory came at a steep cost. Private Philip Martin, a young Ranger, was killed in the fighting, his death casting a shadow over the triumph. The Comanche, though forced to retreat, were far from defeated. Their resilience and tactical skill were evident, and their losses only strengthened their resolve to resist further encroachments on their territory. The ambush in Austin underscored the complexities of frontier warfare. It highlighted the importance of preparation, adaptability, and unity in the face of overwhelming odds. For the Rangers, it was a sobering reminder of their limitations, even as it reinforced their reputation for bravery and resourcefulness. The events of March 1837 were not isolated, but part of a broader struggle that shaped the history of Texas and the American West. The conflicts between settlers and Native Americans were rooted in deeper issues of land, culture, and survival. While the Rangers' actions were driven by a desire to protect their communities, they were also part of a larger process of displacement and colonization that had profound and lasting consequences. Despite the hardships and tragedies of frontier life, the settlers and Rangers demonstrated a remarkable spirit of resilience. Their determination to carve out a life in the wilderness, often against seemingly insurmountable odds, is a testament to the human capacity for perseverance and hope. The ambush in Austin is more than a historical event. It is a story of human struggle and resilience. It offers a window into a world where survival demanded courage, ingenuity, and an unyielding will to persevere. As we reflect on this chapter of history, we are reminded of the complexities and contradictions of the frontier, a place of both promise and peril, where the boundaries of civilization and wilderness were constantly tested. This expanded narrative brings to life the multifaceted experiences of those who lived and fought on the Texas frontier, offering a comprehensive account that honors their legacy and illuminates the enduring lessons of their struggles. If further elaboration is desired, let me know.